So you finished the base game, but now we're to the downloadable content game, which we have read takes place after the main case or the main last place of the game. So we saved it for last. I don't think it's gonna blow our minds like the fifth case, but I just want some more Apologistus Phoenix Wright content. How about you?
Absolutely.
All right, let's see what we got. Turnabout time travel.
Interesting.
I'm not completely heartless. I'll even throw that time machine you cherish so much overboard with you.
Please take me back! Back to that blissful moment!
Is that Larry Butts?
It's almost time for the reception, milady. It actually really worked.
Okay, let me make sure I've got this straight. When your magic panties appear, I do a backflip into a handstand and blow out the candle. No, Athena, you've got it all wrong. You do a backflip through the ring of fire while holding the candle in your mouth. There's no way I'll ever be able to do that. Sure you can. I believe in you, Athena. Juicy, what are you and Athena up to? Athena's agreed to be a part-time performer in my magic show. I couldn't say no to some extra cash, but I probably should have thought it through first. Now achieving cannonball this, guillotine that. It's not like I have 9 lives, you know. Made your bet, Athena, now you've got to lie in it. No, I'm too young to be taking out a life insurance policy already. My name is Phoenix Wright. I'm the head of this law office. And since when did you become the head of this office, Daddy? I mean, who exactly does all the cleaning, accounting, and scheduling around here, huh? Ha ha ha, you got me there, Trucy. This is Trucy Wright. She's my adopted daughter and a magician. And I'm Athena Sykes, the rising star lawyer of the Wright Anything Agency, or rather the rising star assistant to Trucy and me. If I don't get back into a courtroom soon, I'm going to forget everything I ever learned. Speaking of the courtroom, we haven't exactly had any clients lately, have we? Business is as slow as ever, huh, Nick? Bet you made more money back when you played the piano. Yep. Yo, long time no see. Larry? I haven't seen you in years. What brings you here all of a sudden?
It's French.
Some big news, that's what. Okay. Who's this guy, boss? This is Larry Butts. He's, well, let's just say he's an old friend of mine. So, Larry, what's so big that you had to come and tell me in person? There's somebody I want you to meet. Hey, you can come in now. Yeah, he does look French. I didn't notice the hat. What's that hat called again?
A beret.
Yes. Alright. How do you do? Hi? That dress, is that a wedding dress? Yes, it is. My name is Alan Wyatt. I'm a domestic servant, a maid of the Sprocket household. Sprocket as in Sprocket Aviation? Yes, that's the one. Wow, Mr. Wright, Sprocket Aviation is a really big airline company. You've heard of Rain Bull Airlines, right? The one they call RAL for short? Yeah, that does sound familiar. Well, it's run by Sprocket Aviation. I see. But what is a Sprocket family maid doing here in a wedding dress? So actually, we've decided to get married. You what? I'm not so young anymore, you know? I figured it's time to finally settle down. What? You're getting married? No way. I don't believe it. Besides... Why would someone as well put together as her choose someone as flaky as Larry? You're kidding, right? Jealous? I don't blame you, but green's really not your color, you know? Alright, Larry, lay it on me.
He wants to be a best man.
Maybe so, maybe so. In all seriousness, Larry, are you really getting married? Not right away, but that's the plan. We're gonna elope, see? Like, love on the run, I guess you could say. Isn't that right, Ellie?
Why is she saying
Larry, I do believe there's been a major misunderstanding here. My heart already belongs to another. Hmm? I'm in love with Sora. Not you. Say what? That's about what I thought. But Ellie, baby, weren't you running away with me so we can get married? As I said, you misunderstand. You said you'd help me escape. That's the only reason I ran away with you. What? This is not happening. I even shook off the police for you, and for what? That's it. If we can't be together, my life is over. I'm gonna end it all. Oh no. Wait, back up. Did you say you shook off the police? Yes, we had to, because we're lovers on the lam. Sorry, Miss Wyatt, but can you maybe fill me in on what's going on? Tell the truth, I'm being pursued by the police as a murder suspect. Murder? They think you killed somebody. I happened to find a dead body at my reception, so the suspicion fell onto me. They had me confined in a separate room, and that's when Larry came along and helped me escape. I'm sorry, but what? Oh, no. Me and Ellie were going to elope. We were going to put it all on the line for true love. But the police tried to stop us, so we had to scramble to shake them. Where did it all go wrong? I feel a migraine coming on. Please help me. The police are sure to be intensifying their search. Look, it's even on TV. More news on the murder suspect and an unidentified man on the run from the police. A photo of the suspect, Miss Ellen Wyatt, has just been released by the police. Sources say the 21-year-old is suspected of clubbing the victim, 25-year-old Dumas Bloomsbury, to death in the wedding reception hall after her banquet. The two fugitives are said to be highly agitated and dangerous. If you see them, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, brother. I guess this means we're technically harboring a pair of fugitives here, huh? Oh, Nick, what's it gotta do? Ellie stumped me hardcore. I'm the one who should be crying. Let me rinse out. Something's bothering my left eye. Let me go rinse that out.
Okay.
And then I'll be right back. And then maybe we can find out what the heck's with Larry. So I wonder if we're going to have to defend her, since she's a suspect.
She is, but she didn't have a machine. It looked like the guy that was trying to kill her.
Is the guy who died.
Yeah.
It's all very interesting. I haven't seen you in ages. Where have you been all this time? You mean you don't know? You've really got to stop living under a rock and get out.
She's a cat.
I'm the hittest, hottest picture book author in the business. Laurice Duman. What? Laurice Donim? Laurice Donim? Seriously? He has a fake mustache, a pipe, and sunglasses? I can't believe you didn't know that I'm taking the picture book world by storm. Oh, but I know you. You're the one who wrote Franzie's Whippity Whip Trip, right? Now that you mention it, I think I did hear something about a whip. I don't think you ever met Trucy.
No, with Whippity Whip.
Oh, Francesca.
Yeah.
You might be. One-hit wonder, what the heck, Nick? I'll have you know, I just created a brand new character to moderate acclaim. He's mildly popular with 18 to 24-year-old women everywhere. Look, you can see his cute self all over this jacket. What, that heart-shaped pork chop? He's not a pork chop. He's the main character of my latest book. He's got some sharp teeth. What the heck? A lovable little soul who pierces the hearts of lovers with his arrows of amour. Q-Piglet! And you can see this adorable fellow make his debut in Q-Piglet's Lovey-Dovey Life. In stores now. Are you sure? Because I've never seen that book in stores, now or ever. Well, if you ever do see it, do me a favor and buy a copy or 10, will ya? But I thought you were taking the picture book world by storm. Anywho, you'll defend Ellie in court, right, buddy? Please, I'm begging you, I didn't murder anyone. I swear I'm as clean and pure as this pure white dress. No Cyclops, I guess that means she's telling the truth. But helping a fugitive on the run, what am I getting myself into? There's actually one more thing I really need to tell you. Oh? You might find this hard to believe, but the truth is, I'm a time traveler. Huh? I'm not sure I follow. After the wedding reception, I was attacked. I was moments away from my death. But then, in that instant, I made a wish upon this pendant around my neck. I went back in time to just before the reception started. Only this time around, the man who was trying to kill me was already dead. And somehow, I became the suspect for his murder. It's as if history had been rewritten. Now, wait just a minute here. I don't understand. Are you saying that... What's going on? Mr. Wright, there are police cars outside. And not just one or two, but a whole bunch. Daddy, a whole squad of officers has the building surrounded. What? This is the police. Come out with your hands up. Eee, Nick, what do we do? Heck if I know. I see a bunch of armed officers out there. 1, 2, 3... 44, 45? Oh, talk about overkill. Listen here, you criminals. Think about what you're putting your poor parents through. I'm sure this isn't how they raised you. Think about their smiling faces and their warm, home-cooked meals. Ah, who in the heck are you? A detective? Now hold on there. Hey, you can't go in there. It's too dangerous. Wait! Please tell me it's Gumshoe. Is everyone okay in here, Mr. Wright? Oh, it's Emma! Okay, hey, I'll take Emma. Emma? I'm sorry for all the commotion. So what in the world is going on? Well, I raced on over as soon as I heard that it was Mr. Butts who's holed himself up in here, with the murder suspect after he made off with her. And the fleet of patrol cars? The police are being extra careful, because apparently a certain somebody yelled out, "Stay back, I have a bomb." I'm sure you can guess who I'm talking about. Well, the police were being so persistent I had to do something, so I tried bluffing. You know, like you do in court, Nick. Please leave me out of this. Well, Mr. Wright, I'm bringing this young lady in for questioning. So if you want to talk with her, you'll have to do it down at the detention center. I suppose I should thank you for your thoughtful gift of trouble and making, Larry. Come on, Nick. We gotta get down to the detention center right away. Listen, Larry. I haven't even decided whether I'm going to take on this case or not. But I know you will, because it's you. Guess I've got no choice but to tag along and help, then. What? And skip out on me? We've only just started practicing your repertoire, you know. Huh? You better stay in practice with Trucy, Athena. A promise is a promise, after all. That's cold, boss. You gotta get me out of this. I can't take it anymore. Let's get practicing, Athena. Next up is some training for the water tank escape trip. Stick your head in this bucket of water and hold your breath for 15 minutes. Beep. No! Stop, I'm begging you. Ah, she's getting away. You get back here, Athena. I guess the only person cut out to be Trucy's assistant is Apollo. Well, I guess we better get to the detention center and ask Miss Wyatt some questions. Especially about that whole time-traveling business she was talking about. Yeah, that's, like, we just saw it happen, but I'm very curious. With you, Mr. Wright. Miss Wyatt, would you mind if I asked you a few questions? Nick is going to defend you, Ellie. Isn't that great? Larry, I told you I haven't decided yet. What? You're not going to take my case?
Where's your frying pan?
Well, I'm never going to be happy! Well, she's crying and snotting into that pan. Miss Wyatt? What the? Did I do something wrong? No, there's glass. We're protected. Miss Wyatt, please calm down. I'm innocent, I tell you. But the police won't believe me. And neither will anyone else. I'm gonna die all alone in a jail cell. Alright, I'll do it. I'll take your case. Just please stop crying. Really? You will? The fact that Larry was the one who brought you to me had me a little worried, but you don't seem like a killer to me. Oh, thank you! Thanks, Nick. I knew you'd come through. Did I really have a choice? I guess not. Heh. In any case, it doesn't seem like Miss Wyatt killed anybody. Plus, it's not like I'm up to my ears from work at the moment. Miss Wyatt, Ellen, let's do this together. Wow. Oh, thank you, Mr. Wright. There. It's going to be okay. Now try to pull yourself together. Alright, just give me a moment.
Oh my.
What? Seriously? I'm truly grateful to you for taking on my defense, Mr. Wright. Sure, no problem. Wow, she literally pulled herself together. Let's see. Let's do the wedding first. So you and Larry here, we're never planning on getting married, right? That's right, we've only had a few brief interactions, so I can't say I know him at all. Oh, Ellie, how can you say that? You and me are bound by fate, I'm telling you. We're meant to be together. What? You're wrong, Larry. I've never been so right, baby. It's as plain as the goatee on my chin. Larry, don't make me send you to timeout. Now, can you tell me about the groom, Ellen? What's he like? His name is Soren Sprocket. Oh, he's the most wonderful man. He is truly my destiny. Did you say Soren Sprocket, as in... That's right, the next president of Sprocket Aviation. Wait, he's in line to take over the company? Huh, he's nothing but a rich, spoiled brat. I'm clearly the better choice. Clearly. Larry, you and Soren are as different as night and day. There's no comparison. Ellie, you're breaking my achy breaky heart. So she's marrying into money, huh?
Maybe she's a maid for the house.
Yeah, apparently. I can't believe Soren chose me a simple house servant. Yeah. He's my knight in shining armor, my prince. Oh, my Soren. Ellen, please tell me everything you can about the incident. Alright, it happened after the wedding reception. I was attacked. By Mr. Bloomsbury. Wasn't Bloomsbury the name of the victim in that news report? Maybe I should listen to what she has to say first, though, before I start asking questions. Do we have something on him? How dare that guy lay a hand on somebody else's blushing bride? What a creep! That's rich coming from you. Do you have any idea why they attacked you? No, but what? Well, to tell the truth, Mr. Bloomsbury didn't seem very happy about me getting married. Geez, jealous much? What a loser. Mr. Bloomsbury had forced me onto the Vista deck. I was going to push me off. Oh, how frightening it all was. I was just about to lose my life on what should have been the happiest day of my life. So that's why I made a wish upon this pendant. That pendant? Yes, it was a gift from my husband-to-be, Soren. He said it's a symbol of our love. So you made a wish on it. Now, you may think what I'm about to say is very strange, but... I beg the pendant, please, take me back to that blissful moment. And you know what? It worked. It brought me back to just before the reception started. So that's the time-traveling thing you mentioned back in my office. I'm sorry, but I have to say, it's pretty unbelievable. Unbelievable? I knew you'd never believe me. Nick. Ellie here is an honest-to-goodness time traveler. Don't you believe your own client? The magic of that pendant sent her back in time before the creep could kill her. Ha ha ha, sure, Larry, sure. But it's really true, I tell you. This pendant is an important part of the time machine Soren made. I begged it for help, and it really did send me back in time. Is she listening to herself? I even experienced the reception again, even though we'd already held it once before. And during it, everybody there acted as if nothing unusual was happening at all. Could you not cook while we're talking, please? And what's she cooking on? Did they give her a stove in the interrogation room? Alright, so when and how did you come under suspicion for murder? Well, after the reception ended, the second reception, I mean, I went back to the reception hall and started cleaning up the place by myself. Hold on. Cleaning? Why were you cleaning on your own wedding day? For my last task as a servant of the Sprocket household, I offered to take on the preparation and cleanup of the reception banquet. I see. I started to move one of the decorative lanterns in the room, but it was so heavy I lost control of it, causing it to topple over and break open. That's when I saw Mr. Bloomsbury's dead body inside the lantern. So you simply happened to be the first to discover the body, right? That's right, I just came across it by accident, but I became confused and didn't know what to do. That's when some of my in-laws saw me, and jumped to the conclusion that I had killed him. So this Bloomsbury guy tried to kill Ellen, but then wound up dead himself after Ellen traveled back in time. A time machine and a magic pendant. How could any of this be possible? Ellie, why don't you tell Nick about that other thing, too? About that shadowy figure you saw when you were being attacked. Yes, good idea, Larry. So what's this shadowy figure you saw? It was when Mr. Bloomsbury was attacking me. Right after I made a wish upon this pendant, I started to pass out. But just then, just as I lost consciousness, I saw somebody strike Mr. Bloomsbury from behind. You did? Then that person must be the true culprit. Did you see who it was? I'm afraid not. Have you told anybody else about this? I told some of my in-laws, but nobody took me seriously. They said it was all just a dream. Blame them. I mean, time travel? Larry, for my peace of mind, please tell me that figure wasn't you. Of course it wasn't. I mean, I was thinking maybe she never did the first reception. She just woke up, and... But then I don't know what she thought was with the first reception. I guess I've asked all I can for now. Spick and span, spick and span. Ellen, what are you doing? I want to make everything clean and beautiful for when Soren comes. I can't have my future hubby come into a dirty room, now, can I? It has to be spotless, just like this white dress. Spick and span, spick and span. Let's hope we can wipe away all suspicion from you soon, too. Nick, we'd better get to the crime scene right away. What, you're coming too? Of course I am. If I solve the crime and reveal the true killer with my super sleuthing skills, Ellie might change your mind about me, you know? You never get the message, do you, Larry? Next stop, the mooring dock in Sprocket Park. Come on, Nick, let's go. I wonder, when we're in court, is she still going to be in her wedding dress? The Flying Chapel. That's kind of a cool idea.
I've seen chapels that are like floating boats. You could get married on it, and then you have the reception on it as you're floating like out.
I'm still amazed at what we're going to be doing for our ceremony. Like, that's going to be cool. But if you ever want to make it into a floating, what's this called again?
A blimp.
Blimp. Wow, I forgot what a blimp was. Unbelievable. This is...
Blimps often.
It's true. And didn't they used to have, like... Wasn't there one, like... I don't know, medieval... Like, if you see a medieval orc riding one, it was called something else.
What?
A medieval orc, like in Warcraft.
I don't know what that is.
Wow. Uncultured. You're just like, what? I'm not making it up, though. I had an idea in mind, but... Wow, looky there. What? What is it? I just spotted me a cute mamacita. Don't wait up, Nick. Hold on, where's the reception hall? Sorry, Nick, a man's gotta stop and smell the roses when they appear. I am an artist, after all. I'll miss you.
We're just forgetting about Ellie now.
Yeah, now he's already found a new woman. I thought he was going to take her to the crime scene. Ah, well, I'm sure he'll come slinking back when he inevitably gets rejected. I'll just take a quick look around until then. So we're not going... Okay, so we're not going in, we're just taking a look around. Wow, this thing's really banged up. You looking at the side? They say it got damaged by heavy winds yesterday. A big gust sent that Benz flying into it. Well, that's what they're saying, anyway. I see. The wind caused that? More like a tornado. The repair guy was saying, don't touch, it's dangerous. I see. Thanks for the heads up. Poor guy, looks like it was a lot of work. Wow, that airship is huge. Oops, didn't mean to say that out loud. I've only ever seen airships like this up in the sky. I've got to say, they're mighty impressive when you can see them up close like this. Hey, sorry about that. I actually thought you'd be back sooner. It didn't work out, huh? Lay off, man. I wasn't on my game today. So now that you're done, you mind telling me where the reception hall is already? What do you mean? It's right there in front of you. Huh? Right in front of... Wait, what's that say? Flying Chapel? Do you mean to tell me... Yep, Ellie's reception was on that airship. Whoa, a sky-high reception hall. Yep, and that's where you'll find the crime scene. Man, not only does that airship fly through the sky, but the space-time continuum, too. But the happy couple's honeymoon got left far behind when it made that time skip, though. Here, check the airship out for yourself with this pamphlet. By the way, I figured you could use some backup, so I called in some help for you. Let me know when you're done. Elevator left. Sweetheart table. Love is always in the air on the Flying Chapel, the only wedding venue sure to make your dreams take flight. After the ceremony out on the Vista docks, Sprocket Aviation's majestic Pegamoo mascots will light up the happy couple from both sides of the sweetheart table. You did? Yep, should be here any minute now. Who could this be? Yeah, is that a motorcycle? That red sports car. Larry, don't tell me you called. You know it, buddy. I trust you've been well, right? Really? Surprise, now admitted, that was a pretty good Mr. Edgeworth impression, wasn't it? Maya, what are you doing here? Larry called me up. He said something about it finally being time for him to tie the old knot. But that's funny. I'm pretty sure he mentioned something about being here with his bride. Maya, I know this is sudden, but please marry me. Nick, what's Larry talking about? He was dumped by his bride. Well, by his imaginary bride, anyway. Wow, poor Larry. That's a new low, even for him. But hey, imaginary girlfriends never hurt anyone, right? More power to him. This is Maya Fey. She's been abroad for her training as a spirit medium. But now that her training is over, she's back home here in the States. That's right, the new and improved Maya Fey is on the scene. Spirit and girl power at the ready. Hey, look at you, Maya, all grown up and as cute as ever. Oh, you know what? I just realized something. If I ever got married, I'd miss out on all the fun of always meeting somebody new. I see you haven't changed a bit, Larry. Who else? Ah, there's actual Edgeworth. Edgeworth. I figured that car belonged to you. But when did you become Maya's chauffeur? It's nothing like that. I just happened to run into her en route and picked her up. And by run into her, I mean she jumped down in front of my car. I nearly ran her down. This is Miles Edgeworth. He's a friend of mine, the district's chief prosecutor. I heard he's been busy lately. So what brings you here? Wait, don't tell me Larry called you up too? He did. However, I have business of my own here at the crime scene. Business? What kind of business? Just so you know, right, I am the lead prosecutor on this case. What, you? Yes. It appears we'll be standing on opposite ends of the battlefield this time around. So I'll be up against Edgeworth tomorrow. But I don't get it, Edgeworth. What about this case warrants the personal attention of the district's chief prosecutor? It's a bit complicated, to say the least. In what way? The groom is a member of the Sprockets, a family with immense influence. If his bride were to stand trial in court, it would sully the Sprocket name. So they tried to apply some pressure on the prosecutor's office. Pressure to settle it amicably, right? What do you mean, settle it amicably? It means that they're trying to sweep this whole thing under the rug. Wow, Sprocket Aviation really has that much clout. Yes, they have especially strong ties in both the political and the judicial worlds, to the point where no one dares to oppose them. Don't tell me that includes you. Don't be ridiculous, right? It's quite the opposite. The prosecutor's office is filled with cowards, as I found out. Every last one of my subordinates was loath to prosecute a Sprocket. So that's why you decided to take on the case yourself, right? That's right. I will personally see to it that justice is served. I always prosecute to the utmost of my abilities, regardless of who I'm up against. For that is a part of my creed. Nothing and no one can sway me from that, not even the almighty Sprockets. Right. If they think they can use their influence to bend the truth, they have another thing coming. You know, I almost feel sorry for them. They were only trying to protect their interests. But all they got instead was you. Edgy, come on, man. How can you prosecute my poor sweet Ellie? What kind of heartless jerk are you? I'm simply doing my job. And I'm warning you, right? I won't hold back, not for you or anyone else. Thanks for the warning, Your Righteousness. So, how's it going, Mr. Chief Prosecutor? Busy as always, I presume? Of course, I'm like somebody who has too few clients and too much time on his hands. Huh? Guess that explains why your brow is more furrowed than the last time I saw you. Maybe you should learn to relax a little, Edgeworth. Nice try, right? But as always, I have no intention of showing anyone any mercy. Including you. As inflexible as ever, I see. Besides, I think I've mellowed out a bit with age. So if anything, those furrows should have smoothed it out a little as well. Honestly, Edgeworth, are you really that blind to yourself? Excuse me? He's really self-conscious about those lines, isn't he? Edgeworth, about this incident. Don't forget, right, I'm the prosecutor for this case. Need I remind you that I'm not in the habit of sharing information with my adversaries. No. Guess we are adversaries for now. And you, Larry. Me? I'd like you to come with me. You have a lot to answer for after that little stunt you pulled with the suspect. But Edgy, we're old pals, aren't we? Personal appeals won't work on me, Larry. Now, come along. Wow, Nick, help me out here! It's just me, or is Mr. Edgeworth as relentless as ever? Yeah, I guess some things never change. So much for mellowing out. Well, Nick, we better hop to it, too. Hop to what? Investigating the crime scene, of course. What else? It's been a long time since you and I teamed up like this. This is going to be fun. Fun, huh? It has been a long time, though, since we were last together like this. All right, to the crime scene, then. Yeah, and away we go. Man, that's some cool stuff.
That's inside the book.
Yeah. Want to get married here? Do they do this, actually, somewhere in the world?
I don't think so. I mean, there's blimps, but I've never heard of a reception hall. Would you like me to Google this?
Yeah, I'd actually be very curious about that. So this is the reception hall. If I'm saying this stuff out loud while you're searching for it, will you still get the gist of what I'm saying? Okay. According to the pamphlet, we're right here. Yikes. We're pretty high up, but at least we're indoors, so it doesn't seem so bad. Oh, look, Nick, it's Emma. Hey, Emma, over here. Mr. Wright, Maya, does this mean you've taken the case? Yeah, that's how things kind of turned out. So, do you mind if we take a look around? Be my guest. We've pretty much wrapped up our investigation, so go right ahead. Now's a good chance to find out more about the case from Emma, too. Edgeworth wouldn't tell us anything about this case. So do you think you could give us a rundown? Well, seeing how he's going to be prosecuting, I'd expect him to be tight-lipped about it. The incident occurred yesterday on September 20th. It happened after the wedding reception, which lasted from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. 7 p.m. to 10 p.m., huh? Got it. By the way, you didn't hear about any time traveling or anything, did you? Time traveling? What do you mean? Oh, nothing. Forget it. That's pretty much the response I expected. The victim's name is Dumas Bloomsbury. He was a servant in the Sprocket family household. Ellen was a maid for that family as well, so that means the two of them were co-workers? Yes, they apparently knew each other. Mr. Bloomsbury was the lead servant, after all. He was very serious about his work, but he was also a very closed and private man. So the other servants called him Mr. Doom and Gloom behind his back. If he was the lead servant, he must have been higher ranked than Ellen. What makes the police think Ellen killed this guy, a man who was essentially her boss? We don't know the defendant's motive yet, but the circumstances surrounding the discovery of the body don't bode well for her. Now, what circumstances are these exactly? Well, some of her in-laws saw what looked like the immediate aftermath of the murder. They suspect, or the suspect, was standing in front of the body with the murder weapon still in her hands. But why would a bride who was just about to start a happy new life kill someone? Do the police have an explanation for that? Yeah, about that. They believe the victim attacked her when she fought back. But why did he attack her to begin with? Well, a mere servant girl was going to suddenly be the wife of the future president. Mr. Bloomsbury must have been more than just a little jealous of her. So this Mr. Doom and Gloom attacked Ellen first, but if she was only trying to protect herself, wouldn't that count as justified self-defense on her part, Nick? It would. There's a good chance she'd be acquitted if we could prove that, but I wonder what Edgeworth will have up his sleeve to counter that claim. But wow, a servant girl marrying the future president of such a large company. It sounds like a modern-day fairy tale. It does, doesn't it? Thing is, not everyone was on board with their union, apparently. Did you find anything?
So, it doesn't look like there's anything offered like this, but apparently you can stay the night in the Goodwood one. But it sounds like it might be while it's stopped. But there's no venue like this.
I see.
And it seems far-fetched. There's a lot of people.
Yeah, that's, I don't think they make blimps to house, you know, airplanes worth of people.
No. The idea is they're so rich and wealthy because of their innovations that they've invented this.
Right. So the suspect didn't have any family or friends to depend on. She was working as a live-in maid for the Sprocket family to support herself. So a maid with no family or fortune was set to marry the president's son, huh? I guess it's not surprising that ruffled a feather or two. Yes, apparently the groom's parents and all of his other relatives were strongly opposed, but that didn't stop the young couple from deciding to go ahead with their wedding. Love flourishes in the face of adversity. Oh, is that how it works? Yep, if you ever ask any questions, or if you ever have any questions about love, just ask me. I'm a qualified expert. I don't think she's had a single boyfriend her entire life. I don't think she's had a single anything her entire life.
I'll be gone. Her and Edge Crew might have some.
Look, this is what her experience is. I spent all of my spare time in Khura'in watching soap operas on TV. I'm not sure that's enough to make you a qualified anything, Maya. See? Qualified anything. He said the same thing I am. Oh, and by the way, I heard the suspect faced her fair share of harassment, too. From the sound of it, it got pretty ugly for her. So even though this incident could cause a huge scandal for the company, it might be a boon for those who oppose their marriage to begin with. After all, with Ellen's arrest and everything, the marriage is most definitely off now. So what was the murder weapon, Emma? This clock with a secret mechanism built into it. It was on display here in the reception hall. The suspect was holding it when the murder was discovered. So the victim was clubbed to death with this, huh?
That's a time machine.
Yeah. There's no blood on it as far as I can tell. Maybe it was wiped off in an attempt to tamper with the evidence. But there was definitely a luminol reaction. And it matches up with the shape of the injury, so it's gotta be the murder weapon. What a funny looking clock. They call it the Timekeeper. The idea is that it's a time machine. Every time the couple sees it, it'll bring them back to the memory of their wedding day. A time machine, huh? Come to think of it. Ellen said her pendant was part of a time machine. I wonder how the secret mechanism in this thing works. Alright, let's examine.
What is that? That's very weird.
This thing here? Yeah, I know, I'm just trying to see the room first.
That should be over there. Oh, he's inside that?
This must be the lantern the body was found in.
Oh.
Ellen managed to move it quite a ways. This looks like a cow, but it was pretty badly broken. That's not a cow, Nick. That's Pegasus, the flying horse. No way. It's definitely a cow. It's got horns and everything. But look, it has wings. Cows don't have wings. So it's Pegasus, I tell you. I know. That pamphlet should tell us. Let's see. Apparently it's called a Pegamoo. I did not see that coming. Yet somehow, the name really captures the essence of what the creature is, you know? So it is a Pegasus cow. Well, this Pegamoo is definitely a male Pegabull, right? Yeah, I'd say so, what with the horns and all. Okay, well... that Pegamoo over there is also a Pegabull. Take a look at the pamphlet. Oh, only one has horns. See, the one on the right says Pegabull, but the other says Pegacow, a female Pegamoo. Right. The pamphlet goes on to say how they have Pegamoos for the happy couple. So for Ellen's ceremony, there should have been a male and female pair of Pegamoos. But for some reason, there are two males here. Maybe somebody made a mistake when they were setting up the room. It's hard to believe a fancy place like this would make that kind of blunder, though. In any case, we better check this thing out. First, I want to see this bloody thing here. Did this come from the lantern? Ick, it's covered in blood. Maybe it got on there when the killer was putting the body in the lantern? Can you imagine going to open a door and finding the knob covered with blood? That'd be bloody awful, to say the least. What's this piece of paper? Hey, what's this? Grab Ellen when convenient and send her off from the Vista deck. Oh, let me take a look. Grab Ellen when convenient, but that... It looks like a note outlining the murder plot. Yeah, whoever wrote it had better handwriting than me, but it looks like they wrote it in a rush. Why do you say that? Yeah, because the writing is only smudged starting from the middle of each line. That happens when a right-handed person with a slight hook writes in a hurry. I do it sometimes, myself, when I'm not paying attention to where my hand is on the page. Guess I'll take your word on that, Miss Bad Handwriting Expert. Hey, even I don't smudge my handwriting this badly. Alright, let's get back to the note. That note was apparently written by the victim. But why would he feel the need to write instructions to himself like this? Are you sure the victim wrote it? I sometimes write a note to myself before I go shopping. Potatoes, carrots, onions, flour... Maya, are you craving curry rice or something? Whoops. So, Emma, where's this Vista deck the note mentions? It's that heliport you see right outside the window there. So we plan on pushing Ellen from there. What a monster. What do you think that is, Maya? It looks like a flower petal to me. What an unusual shape for a flower petal. Do you suppose it's from one of the flowers here in the reception hall? No, I don't see a single flower like this at any of the tables. Wonder where it came from. So this is where the body was found. The first person to find it was Ellen. Emma, what can you tell me about the condition of the body when it was found? Let's see, the victim was apparently hit on the back of the head. Here's a photo of the scene as we found it. He's got a bloody hand, and there's 3 of those things. I guess that about does it for this lantern. Yeah. So that's the Vista deck out there. But the view is amazing. But I guess it must also kind of freak you out, huh, Nick? Yeah, kind of. Mostly because there's no surviving a fall from way up here. This is the sweetheart table where the bride and groom sit. Where they gorge themselves on the wedding feast, you mean? I'd be too nervous to eat in front of a bunch of guests like this, though. They say that newlyweds are usually really busy during the reception, you know. They have to greet and talk with all the guests that came to give their blessings. They don't actually get all that much time to enjoy their dinner. Aw, I wouldn't be able to stand that. I can't imagine having a huge feast right in front of me and not being able to eat it. They say brides tend to have an especially hard time because of their wedding dresses. With those tight corsets squeezing their waists, they can barely eat a bite. Really? It sounds like wedding receptions are absolute torture. I guess food still wins out over romance in Maya's book. This must be where the time machine was placed. I can't believe that such a beautiful memento was used for murder. It's just awful. Nick, we have to prove Ellen's innocence no matter what it takes. I agree. We can't let this go down as the saddest flying wedding reception in history. I think that about does it for this area. Wow, look at the horns on this flying bovine. He must be a bull. It seems he made it through the ceremony in one piece. By the looks of these wheels, I bet he could be rolled around rather easily, too. Yeah, I bet it would be quite a hassle if you had to lift and carry him everywhere. And this is what the backside looks like. What's that by the bottom of his tail? A wheel handle?
It's a bit of a birthday.
Yeah. Oh, I get it. This way they can get inside to change the light bulbs. I guess they left the wheel handle on the inside unpainted. I guess they figured nobody will see it, so why bother? It makes sense to cut costs where you can. Well, overall, I can't say I see anything strange about this thing. A model airplane, the perfect decoration for an airline company wedding. And a propeller plane like this lends the room a great old-timey feel. Though I'd love to see the Steel Samurai fly a plane like this. Can you picture it? The Steel Samurai is zipping through the clouds over near old Tokyo. If Sprocket Aviation ever became a sponsor of the show, I could see it happening. Why didn't I think of that? I think I'll go suggest the idea to them later. Please at least wait until after the trial is over. It's a hot air balloon, a symbol of humanity's ambition to take to the skies. It's kind of a romantic notion, don't you think? Yeah, but I just noticed that it doesn't seem to be tied up to the ceiling all that well. Sure, it's fine. Please don't let it fall on my head. That's one big partition screen, industrial size even. I bet it caused an industrial-sized mess if it fell over. That's why you're not allowed to touch it, Maya. What? Then who's going to test how stable it is? Just leave it alone, please? It's a fog machine for the reception. Pretty cool, huh? Don't you dare touch it. Aw, spoil sport. That's because I know how you operate. Ooh, what's this? I know who that is.
What's his wallet?
Yeah, a business card wallet. I wonder whose it is. You know who it is. That face looks awfully familiar. Yes, it does. Guess I'll bring it to him later. Get a load of this huge set of doors. I bet all sorts of things come and go through here. Like an elephant. I'm pretty sure it's just the bride and groom. This is a banquet hall, not a circus. It's a fog machine. I wonder if they used it during the reception. Ooh, hey Nick, go stand over there for a sec. Why? Just because, don't go. Alright. I've got a bad feeling about this.
Fogmaster 9000, on! Maya, no! Huh? Aw, nothing happened. Looks like it won't work without some dry ice. Darn it, all I wanted to do was surround you in a thick cloud of smoke. All I wanted to do. That's all. Well, I guess that just about does it for the crime scene. Hey, Nick. I want to see the rest of the airship. We might as well since we're here. True, we might even run into some of the other people involved in the case. Nick, how long has that guy been standing there? I didn't even notice him until just now. Excuse me, are you with Sprocket Aviation?
I wonder if that's Soren.
Yeah. Makes me wonder if he's the groom. Huh? Nick, you wrote something on that paper airplane. I guess we're supposed to read it then? Let's see here. Get out, intruders. Well, that was a rather cold welcome. Mr. Wright and Maya, meet the lone son of the president of Sprocket Aviation, Soren Sprocket. Or to put it another way, the future president of Sprocket Aviation. So he's Ellen's fiancé. Oh, there he goes. He's kind of an eccentric. I hear he's the genius inventor behind many of Sprocket Aviation's business successes. An inventor, huh? Yep, he even designed that airship. That's pretty impressive. Nick, there's no time to be standing around gawking. We've got to go after him. We need to ask him some questions about Ellen. Oh, right. Looks like he was heading outside. There he is. Excuse me, could we talk to you? Excuse me, do you mind if I ask what you're doing? He sure is running up a storm. It is possible if an enormous change in mass could be detected at that observation point, and theoretically, matter can retain its form even as it crosses the event horizon. Let's just see what he has to say about it. Excuse me, but we'll be representing Ellen in court tomorrow. So can we ask you about the case? Ow! What the? Not interested. Not interested? How can you say something like that? This is about your fiancée. She's under arrest, you know. The diameter of the airship is approximately 80 feet. Whoops. The amount of energy necessary to move matter comprised of that amount of mass is, he's off in his own little world. I can't believe he said he was not interested in talking about his own bride's arrest. We'll just have to talk on this level then, with something he might be interested in.
Can you show me television?
Yes. What are you showing me that for? Mr. Sprocket? I can't read him at all, not even with an item as loaded with sentiments as this. We have a lantern, a note, photo of the victim. Oh, the pendant, maybe. Could you take a look at this? Is that Ellen's? Ellen told us that she traveled through time during the incident. She said it happened after she made a wish on this pendant. You mean to say you two are Ellen's lawyers? Yes, I just told you that a minute ago. Sorry, I was lost in thought. He wasn't even listening? Oh boy. He's not at all what I expected, based on Ellen's gushing testimonial, anyway. We'd like to ask you about Ellen's case, if you don't mind. I don't know a thing about it, so why don't you go ask the police? In other words, not interested. This guy is the worst. Now I feel sorry for poor Ellen. In that case, can I ask you about how Ellen traveled through time? Go on. Guess that got your attention. So is time travel really even possible? Yes, it is possible. Alrighty then. At the same time, it is also impossible. The pendant I gave Ellen is not supposed to operate as a time machine by itself. What do you mean? The timekeeper, that clock we have displayed in the reception hall, that is the body of the time machine. The pendant is simply a part. That clock was the murder weapon, wasn't it? It's a time machine, too. What Ellen experienced is akin to traveling down a road by car key. Physically and metaphysically, it should be impossible. Unless, maybe the quantum system inside the pendant... Oh. Somehow accidentally interfered with the natural flow of the fourth dimension. Maybe we'd better ask him some more about the time machine. So you've been researching time travel, have you? Moving through the space-time continuum would be man's ultimate means of travel. Time travel is a mode of transportation. Since the dawn of time, man has developed multifarious methods of transportation. Horses, steam engines, gas engines, airplanes, spaceships. They are all fundamentally similar in that they constitute three-dimensional movement. Travel through the space-time continuum would ship mankind into a new paradigm. I don't know why, Nick, but I'm getting awfully sleepy all of a sudden. Okay. For generations, Sprocket Aviation has advanced the development of transportation. Therefore, it's only natural that I would research time travel as man's next great leap. Is he done? So what exactly does all this stuff he was saying mean, Nick? Well, basically, it's like taking a hamburger joint and adding a drive-thru to it, I guess. Oh, I get it. It's the same burger, but with a quicker and more efficient delivery system. So what Soren really wants to do is launch humanity into the future. Launch, not lunch. But do you really believe that time travel is possible? It only becomes truly impossible when man stops daring to believe. Besides, time travelers do exist, you know. But you wouldn't understand. Whoops. Did you hear that? Time travelers really do exist. All I know is Soren isn't the easiest guy to wrap your head around. Oh, I don't know. I kind of like the way he talks. It's full of hope for the future. He's more passionate than I thought, too, when it comes to inventions, anyway. Yeah, his apparent lack of concern for Ellen is troubling, though. So I hear that the rest of the Sprocket family was opposed to your marriage? What are your thoughts on that? Master Soren. It is time for the meeting of next term's project. Kinda does, yeah. Do we have that guy yet? Yes, we do.
That's the dead one.
He's 25, seriously?
Oh. He is a victim and also a lead servant.
Yeah. He's, the victim's co-worker. He's the suspect's co-worker and boss. What is this? Daydreaming about your inventions again? Tut tut. You are the future president. You must consider the business side, too. Huh. Yeah, that's similar to R2-D2. It is I found Soren. Send the car over at once. I'm not interested. Oh, Master Soren, you do give me quite the headache at times. In any case, your attendant is waiting. Please go to him now. Excuse me, but who are you? Oh, where are my manners? My name is Piers Nichedy. Please call me Piers. Piers Nichedy? Piers Nichedy. Piers Nichedy? I am the Sprocket family butler. Nick, a butler? I didn't know they actually still existed. I thought they were just on TV and stuff. Who might you be, if you don't mind my asking? Oh, I'm Phoenix Wright, Ellen Wyatt's lawyer. And I'm his assistant, Maya Fey. I'm a spirit medium. Oh, so it is you. I am most grateful to you for taking on Miss Ellen's defense. You have my sincerest thanks. Don't mention it. So hey, speaking of this case, oh, one moment, please. Wow, what a beautiful pocket watch. Oh, this? It's just a bit of a good luck charm. It's one expensive good luck charm, but I guess it makes sense, knowing the time is pretty important in his line of work. So I guess that pocket watch is for me. There is a little time before I must attend to Master Soren again. When I come to Sprocket Manor. Huh? You mean to Soren's home? As a token of appreciation for taking on Miss Ellen's defense, I would like to serve you some delicious tea and refreshments. Oh boy, Nick, a fancy high society tea party with high-class snacks and everything. And what about the investigation? Are you kidding? What better place to investigate next than Soren's house? I don't know, do you really think his house is going to give us any new leads? Of course it will. I say we take the butler up on his kind offer and go to Soren's place. All right, you win. Very good, to Sprocket Manor then. All right, next time we play, we'll go to Sprocket Manor.
Okay.